This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, 6:01. We've made it to Friday, and glad you're along for the ride.
I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. Glad to have everybody with us.
Yeah, let's get to the forecast now for the weekend. Here's John Scalzi.
A little bit more cloud cover around today. That's kind of a signal that we may have some rain showers coming. It's a little more humid. You may notice that outside just by a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. It will be much more humid as we head into the afternoon and then into the evening. Dew points will rise into the 70s. Southwest wind will develop and become breezy. Cloud cover will be on the increase, and rain showers back to the west may visit us on Saturday. We'll have the complete forecast for a warm afternoon coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you, John. Talk to you soon. Manatee County checking out pretty clear right now at this hour of the day. What would you expect? Farther south now into Sarasota County. We'll check that and find a little slowdown on Bee Ridge in both directions, also out by the interstate. And the South County map will show us, drum roll please, not too much. 6:02 on this Friday morning.
Topping our news this morning, it's been several days since the firing of FBI Director James Comey, and there are more questions than there are answers as to what led to his dismissal.
The latest twist now from Elwin Lopez.
Questions are still looming around the reasons why President Donald Trump fired FBI Director James Comey. Trump's explanation in an interview on NBC.
He's a showboat. He's a grandstander. The FBI has been in turmoil. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that.
Two questions everyone is asking. What will happen to the FBI's probe into possible Russia-Trump campaign collusion during the 2016 elections?
We continue to focus on our mission and get that job done.
And why was Comey fired now?
I was going to fire Comey. My decision. It was not.
You had made the decision before they came in the room.
I was going to fire Comey. There's no good time to do it, by the way.
Sources say Trump became increasingly agitated with the now former FBI director ever since Comey's congressional testimony last week. During that testimony, Comey said he was, quote, mildly nauseous over the idea that he may have swayed the election by reopening the investigation into Clinton's emails. The White House says it heard from, quote, countless members of the FBI who lost faith in Comey. In congressional testimony today, Acting Director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, has a different take.
I can tell you also that Director Comey enjoyed broad support within the FBI and still does to this day.
With support or not, Comey is now gone, and the White House is on the hunt for a new FBI director to fill his slot. In Washington, I'm Elwin Lopez.
Meantime, Denver police are staying busy with political graffiti popping up all over downtown. This is the scene in Denver where graffiti against President Trump has caused some 200 cases in the past 12 months. They've spent almost $30,000 to remove the graffiti in downtown Denver.
Developing overnight, a judge is allowing new lawyers to represent Dylan Roof as he tries to appeal his death sentence. A U.S. district judge wrote in a ruling that federal public defenders from California and Maryland will be working on Roof's appeal. He was given the death penalty earlier this year after he was found guilty of hate crimes in the shootings that left 9 people dead at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston in 2015. And in New Jersey, 3 police officers are recovering at home this morning after a dramatic standoff that left 1 bystander dead, and it lasted more than 30 hours. The gunfire started early yesterday morning as police attempted to serve a warrant. Tyleeb Reese allegedly started shooting from inside the house. Officers hid behind cars, but a 56-year-old man standing in the driveway was shot and killed. Negotiations lasted throughout the night as police worked to evacuate nearby homes and try to get inside Reese's home to get him to surrender. He did finally surrender peacefully just before 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Police and the community are thankful that this standoff is over and didn't end up worse.
All right, new this morning, charges now will be filed against that Amtrak driver involved in a deadly derailment 2 years ago.
That crash left 8 people dead and more than 200 injured. Reed Binion has that story.
A Philadelphia judge has ruled that there is probable cause to charge an Amtrak engineer in a deadly 2015 train derailment. The move, a bold reversal of the district attorney's Tuesday decision not to file charges.
The district attorney's office has refused steadfastly until this order to even prosecute this man.
An attorney representing families of those killed, underscoring the suffering that he says engineer Brandon Bastian was responsible for.
Caused this mayhem on the rails, caused scores of people horrible, catastrophic bodily injuries.
The NTSB investigation found that Bastian was distracted by radio conversations about other trains being hit with projectiles. The train's data recorder showed it was traveling at 106 miles per hour around a sharp curve with a speed limit of 50. But the DA said there was no evidence Bastian acted with criminal intent or criminal knowledge. In response, attorneys filed a private complaint on behalf of the father of one of the victims. The judge ruled that charges of involuntary manslaughter and reckless endangerment can be brought against Bastian, both misdemeanors. And the judge ordered the filing of 2 private criminal complaints against him. Bastian did not return calls for comment. The district attorney has referred prosecution of the case to the Pennsylvania Attorney General to avoid any apparent conflict of interest. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Amtrak has since installed an automatic braking system on its rails that would have prevented the derailment from happening again. It's been up for 100 years, but now some are calling for the removal of a Confederate statue in downtown Orlando. The city has received petitions on both sides of the matter. One resident wants it taken down before June 12th, which would mark the 1-year anniversary since the Pulse nightclub shooting.
This is the city's signature park. This park says Orlando, and the Orlando and the logo and everything, and white supremacy is hanging over that. After Pulse happened last year, the city went through a great amount of pain to talk about Orlando United. We don't allow hate here. There's an inclusive community. How can you say that when you got that?
So he is going to approach City Commission next Tuesday. One man said he thinks the statue should stay so people can remember America's dark history and how we overcame it.
Elsewhere around the Sunshine State, former Congresswoman Corinne Brown has been found guilty of taking money from a charity that was supposed to give scholarships to students in need. A jury gave their verdict in a Jacksonville court yesterday. Brown was found guilty on 18 of the 22 charges, including lying on tax and financial disclosure forms. Prosecutors accused her of raising $800,000 for the One Door for Education Foundation. They say she was using that money for lavish parties, trips, and shopping excursions. Her sentencing date has not yet been set.
All right, 6:08. Let's peek at the weekend forecast now.
Yeah, well, it looks pretty good. You know, we get that chance of rainfall, which we could all use, I guess. It's not a big chance, but it is in the forecast. And maybe clearing up just in time for Mother's Day.
Oh,
perfect.
Good timing.
Yeah, so that'd be good. We'll talk about that forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, John. Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Homeland Security looking at expanding their controversial laptop ban on incoming U.S. flights. We'll tell you where they plan to monitor next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at an air temperature coming in about where we were yesterday. We're at 69 degrees. Took us a little longer this morning to cool down to the upper 60s. And the reason for that is I think the dew point is a little teeny bit higher. Calm winds currently, we'll be watching them shift to the southwest. That'll bring moisture back into the area. The dew points will rise a little bit more than they have already over the last 24 hours. Also, that southwest wind will help aid in removing the ozone issue that we had over the last couple of days. It was a minor issue, but it was still around. I think with the onshore wind flow, it'll be much better for folks who are sensitive in their respiratory systems. 69 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, 68 degrees, Myakka, Parrish, Bradenton, 69 degrees, Lakewood Ranch, 69 degrees in Northport, 62, Punta Gorda. Inland temperatures are going to be warm today. There's no doubt about it. Yesterday, Becky in Old Myakka reported a temperature in the upper 90s in Old Myakka. I think you will probably, from about Myakka inland, see temperatures that are still about as warm, maybe not quite as warm as they were yesterday. But along the coastline and up to the interstate, I think temperatures will be a little bit cooler today because of an onshore flow. Right now, 73 Longboat, 71 Venice, 72 Inglewood. No rain falling anywhere you look currently. To the north of us, we do have a spinning area of low pressure with showers that extend all the way back toward the Atlantic coastline. This line of a little more intense thunderstorm and shower activity moving through parts of Louisiana currently is the frontal boundary that we'll be watching over the next 24 hours. It will approach the state of Florida and perhaps bring us a chance at a shower or a sprinkle. As far as the rest of the country goes, well, we've got some Pacific Northwest showers and such, but most of the desert Southwest and a lot of Texas now kind of drying out just a little bit with some dry air back behind this next front. That means once the front is through, we will see an extended period once again of the fine weather that they're experiencing back to the west, because this will become a more progressive system than we saw this week, which was basically a system stuck in the mud. Didn't move all that much. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, moves out into the Atlantic and sinks southward. We get a wind that comes up out of the southwest in advance of this frontal boundary. That front will wash away as it sinks southward through the state. But first, there'll be a chance of some stronger storms in parts of North Florida. I don't really anticipate anything close to severe weather in our neck of the woods, but there is a slight chance of some stronger storms, maybe some severe thunderstorms in parts of North Florida, extreme North Florida, up by the border. I think there's a potential for perhaps some hail and gusty winds. Cooler near the coast, breezier winds tomorrow as the front approaches, and then some Saturday Chances of rainfall, but slight, and probably in the second half of the day. About a 20% chance. And then it all washes away. Watch the wind speeds picking up off of the Gulf Coast, that keeping the coastline just a little bit cooler. Red flags flying for inland counties today, not as much for coastal residents because of that onshore flow and the higher humidity anticipated. But winds tomorrow will be picking up. And then they'll start to die down as we head into Saturday night and into Sunday, and a much better boating forecast for Sunday than Saturday. The showers come our way on Saturday and then depart. Sunday looks to be dry and very pleasant indeed. The severe thunderstorm outlook for today does include the Atlanta area, so just be careful of that if you're traveling, and pay attention to any airport delays that might occur. Not much of a chance of thunderstorms anywhere in the state of Florida today. Tomorrow, perhaps, as I mentioned, North Florida might have a shot at seeing some. Forecast for boaters looks pretty good. Southwest wind will be fairly steady, but picking up a little bit during the evening and overnight. 2-foot seas, light chop. And the forecast for us calls for a very nice weekend with a little bit more cloud cover on Saturday and that slight chance of a late afternoon evening shower. Then clearing on Sunday and turning sunny and staying there right through most of next week. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning. Both of the bridges into downtown Bradenton looking pretty clear on your morning commute. State Road 70 seeing the biggest issues as we head throughout Manatee County, also 301, but I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Fruitville Road as you head towards I-75, also away from I-75, seeing some congestion, as well as Bee Ridge Road. Other than that, Clark Road, I-75 looking clear, and some congestion on the bypass towards Venice, but other than that, no accidents across the Suncoast on your Friday morning. 6:17 on your Friday, and European airlines are preparing ahead of a possible ban on laptops and other large devices on flights from Europe to America.
Some Middle Eastern airlines have criticized the new U.S. security measure. A closer look from Andy Rose.
Buckle up. It's shaping up to be a very long and boring flight. The U.S. could soon expand its laptop ban to all flights coming from Europe. On Thursday, the Department of Homeland Security met with lawmakers on Capitol Hill to lay out the groundwork, according to 2 Capitol Hill sources. And while no final decision has been made yet, according to the sources, it's coming soon. Electronic devices larger than a smartphone were banned from carry-on luggage on flights from 10 airports in the Middle East and Africa back in March. The U.S. said it was because of intelligence suggesting terrorists could hide explosives in those larger devices. But the travel industry is not on board with the ban extension. For one, they don't believe it's any safer for electronic items to be in checked luggage.
Experts are very concerned about all of a sudden having all these lithium-ion batteries in the bottom of an airplane. If one catches on fire, one explodes, and then you have other lithium-ion batteries around it, it's like having matches all next to each other.
Another hang-up is that this could hurt bookings, especially for business travelers who count on having time to work while in the air. More than 350 flights a day travel from Europe to the U.S., and it's not just the airlines that would be hit. 40% of overseas travelers are from Europe, and those travelers tend to be big spenders once they get here, averaging between $3,000 and $4,000 per trip, according to the U.S. Travel Association. As of now, there are no plans to extend the ban to flights leaving the U.S. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
Some U.S. airlines are asking the government to consider less disruptive alternatives.
Meanwhile, a follow-up to another airline story making big headlines this week. Spirit Airlines and its pilots have reached an agreement, for the time being that is. They agreed to extend a temporary restraining order and restore the status quo until a new labor agreement is signed and ratified by the pilots' union membership. The airline says pilots had been conducting a sick-out during a contract dispute. The pilots' union denies that, but customer frustrations over delays and cancellations led to many fights at most recently at Fort Lauderdale's airport. The airline says it appreciates the pilots going along with the plan, which stops the need for further court action.
And passengers in Houston were delayed 3 hours last night after a scorpion was found on board. United Airlines says it crawled out of a passenger's clothes as the flight was about to take off. The plane went back to the gate and everyone had to get back off and re-screened. Passengers say this is a first.
I fly over
over 100,000 miles a year, and I've never had this particular delay. I've seen mechanicals, and I've seen weather delays, and I've seen air traffic control delays, but never a Scorpion delay.
So all passengers got a free meal voucher. No word yet if they even captured that Scorpion in the first place.
Hopefully nobody ate that Scorpion in the free meal vouchers.
Good point. 6:20 up next, an inside look at President Trump's White House like you've never seen before.
We'll tell you what Time magazine reporters discovered and what hobby the president makes time for every single day.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Whether a family member needs a little extra help around the house, assistance recovering from a hospital stay, or someone to check in on them throughout the week, Right at Home's in-home care is the answer. Your loved one deserves the right care, and now we need caregivers to help give the right care for the right reasons, the right way. At Right at Home, we're one of the only private home health agencies in this area with the opportunity to earn paid time off. If you're someone who loves helping people, take a look at our website and click on Jobs to join our team today.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Looks like a pretty sunrise on the way. A beautiful pastel sky over Sarasota this morning.
Beautiful. Love that out there. Looks kind of like that mixture you make when you dye Easter eggs up in the sky.
Yeah, pretty colors. 6:24 right now.
We're getting an inside look this morning at the president's private residence at the White House.
Reporters from Time magazine were granted rare access after hours.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a unique look inside the Trump White House. In the latest issue of Time, the president showing off one of his favorite hobbies, clicking through cable news clips. A new 60-plus-inch flat screen now above the dining room fireplace. There it is reflected in the mirror. Despite his Twitter habit of lashing out at the media,
the news is fake.
Trump now says he's learning to tune out the bad news about himself, explaining, "I've been able not to watch or read things that aren't pleasant. In terms of your own self, it's a very, very good thing. The equilibrium is much better." We also learn more about some of the personal touches he's put on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Even the walls in his private dining room have the golden touch. We'll talk live with Time Magazine's Nancy Gibbs coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
Did you know 2 areas of your brain can make it hard to lose weight? Contrave is an FDA-approved weight loss medicine that may help adults who are overweight or struggle with obesity lose weight and keep it off. Contrave is believed to work on 2 areas of the brain, your hunger center.
I'm so hungry.
To reduce hunger and your reward system.
Ice cream. French fries.
To help control cravings. Across 3 long-term studies, Contrave patients lost approximately 2 to 4 times more weight than with diet and exercise alone. Contrave is not for everyone. One ingredient in Contrave may increase suicidal thoughts or actions in some children, teens, and young adults within the first few months. Other serious side effects include seizures, increase in blood pressure or heart rate, liver damage, manic episodes, glaucoma, and allergic reactions. Do not take with opioids. Reduce hunger, help control cravings. Contrave, the #1 prescribed weight loss brand. Go to contrave.com.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
The official salon of ABC 7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone. And dig, man, they're onto something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Daddy! Happy Mother's Day!
Thank you, sweetie.
Happy Mother's Day.
Exceed your mom's expectations this Mother's Day with flowers from Beneva Flowers and Gifts.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a local community coming together to remember a father and daughter who lost their lives earlier this week. What friends had to say about the two.
Plus, a man behind bars and facing charges after a case of road rage on I-75. What police say they found in his car. And
the annual Dick Vitale Gala happening tonight. We'll tell you more about this Suncoast event raising some big money for cancer research. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
There's a pretty shot of Sarasota Bay looking toward the 10th Street boat ramp, the auditorium, and Van Wezel as well. 6:30, we've made it to Friday. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Certainly glad to have you with us on this Friday. As Ray mentioned, let's check in with John Scalzi for a look at your weather. What's it shaping up to look like this weekend, John?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good to hear.
Saturday I think we'll probably have a little bit more cloud cover around and a chance of showers, but Mother's Day looks fine. Got all the Mother's Day preparations all done, ready to go?
I have sent some stuff to my mom in California. She doesn't know about it yet. She thinks I'm not sending her anything.
You're a good daughter.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
I sent a card to my mother in Buffalo, yes.
Yeah. And John?
Working on it.
Only got a few more days.
Mom's local, so I can't speak out loud about
it. True.
we have some showers around the area in the forecast down the road, but today we will see an onshore wind flow, and that's going to help with the situation across the region in terms of the fire danger. The red flag warnings are flying again today for high fire danger. Weather watches are up, but along the coastline, that onshore flow may bring humidities high enough today that red flag warning for the coastal counties won't be required. Not to say the drought is still not in place. It certainly is. And of course, the fire danger is still high everywhere. Showers back to the west will be approaching over the course of the next 24 hours. That's our possible rain chance for Saturday. And we'll talk about the timing, how much we think we might get, and what the rest of the weekend will look like coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Let's check the roads right now. First off, in Manatee County, no major delays at this hour of the day, just 6:32. Farther south now into Sarasota County, see some slowdown on 301 in both directions around the Newtown area. Also farther south at Stickney Point in the northbound lanes around the car wash there. Otherwise, mostly clear at 6:32 on this Friday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, Venice community members came together last night for a candlelight vigil to honor the daughter and father who tragically lost their lives at the South Jetty earlier this week.
Really a mysterious story. Rick Adams talked to the victims' friends who are still in shock.
Well, as you can imagine, there were a lot of heavy hearts at this candlelight vigil. Folks here are very saddened by the deaths of Eugene and Carol Hayden. They're really shocked by the way the both of them had died. A huge crowd came together to remember 88-year-old Eugene Hayden and his daughter, 64-year-old Carol Hayden. They were both beloved and active members of the Village on the Isle community in Venice.
They were both very special people. Totally different. He loved to make programs and everything, and he helped me a lot with the wellness. Carol was just sweet.
Eugene and Carol died when their vehicle went over the rocks and into the water at the South Venice Jetty Monday afternoon. Efforts to rescue them from the submerged vehicle failed. All those in attendance at Thursday night's candlelight vigil are still filled with tremendous grief, but the CEO of the Village on the Isle, Joel Anderson, says this event is a big step in the healing process.
We think that this will be very valuable just as an opportunity for everybody to get together. Obviously to bring honor to the residents that we've lost.
During the vigil, speakers shared stories about both Eugene and Carol and led the group in song, highlighted by Amazing Grace.
It's very, very difficult. This is a very tight-knit community. They're our family, and it's such a tragic loss and so unexpected. It's been a very, very rough week for everybody.
As for the accident, Venice police are continuing with their investigation. And there's no word yet as to when funeral services will take place for Eugene and Carol Hayden, but as soon as we receive that information, we'll pass it along to you. Reporting from Venice, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The family and friends say they appreciate all the community support.
Developing overnight, a Northport man is behind bars this morning after a case of road rage on I-75. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, 21-year-old William Smith was driving on the interstate when he allegedly pointed a gun at another car on Thursday. After getting off the highway, state troopers and the Northport Police Department stopped his vehicle. An investigation revealed he had a 12-gauge shotgun in the car. He is being charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
An unusual scene outside Congressman Buchanan's Sarasota office yesterday. A group gathered to protest Buchanan voting for the repeal of Obamacare. They rallied outside the federal building and dressed in costumes to attract extra attention.
The repeal of the ACA is detrimental to 24 million Americans, people with pre-existing conditions, women who've been raped, women who've been sexually assaulted are considered to have pre-existing conditions. It's outrageous. It's not a Republican issue. It's not a Democratic issue. It's a human issue. And we need to be treated fairly in this country once again.
A similar rally was held outside Congressman Tom Rooney's office recently. The new health care plan passed the House and is now on its way to the Senate. A man who wants to be Florida's next governor is on a statewide tour to kick off his campaign. Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam was in Sarasota last night at the Southgate Community Center. He is a Republican and a former congressman.
A proposed Suncoast housing project is now in jeopardy. The 212-unit complex was supposed to be built off US 41 just south of the Anna Maria Oyster Bar. The gated waterfront community would have lush landscaping and island-inspired architecture, but critics say the proposed 8-story buildings could have a negative impact on the nearby Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport.
The reduction in the safety envelope would greatly reduce the amount of maneuvering room for aircraft, especially in either thunderstorms or when they're having one engine that goes out or a bird strike, those types of things, or an inexperienced pilot. So we had a great deal of safety concerns.
The Planning Commission is denying that proposal, but the project still has to be voted on by the County Commission.
In Venice, Sharky's on the Pier is working with the city to build more parking around the beachfront. The restaurant is offering to front the city $450,000, which the city would pay back in 3 years. Sharky's is also willing to pay $100,000 of the project. The owner says what's good for the city is good for business.
If it improves the area, you know, there's going to be more draw, and anytime there's additional draw to the area, we hope to benefit from that.
City Council will first have to vote on the offer. The mayor says it's a serious blessing for the city of Venice. Well, happening today, actually tonight, the Suncoast's biggest one-night fundraiser begins in a few hours. The 12th annual Dick Vitale Gala is at the Ritz-Carlton this evening. It's already sold out. Nearly 900 people, all paid $1,000 a plate. The proceeds go to the V Foundation for Pediatric Cancer Research. One of ESPN's most well-known sportscasters, Chris Berman, was scheduled to be honored tonight, but he will not be here because, tragically, his wife was killed in a car accident earlier this week in Connecticut.
Well, Mother's Day is this weekend, and one local sweet shop is hoping kids will bring their moms to their storefront for a memorable experience. On Sunday, May 14th, mothers and daughters and other kids as well can enjoy a little bonding moment with some cupcakes and coffee. The Clever Cup Coffee Shop here in Sarasota will be hosting a Create Your Own Cupcake Bouquet class. Those tickets will cost you $25. Sounds like an idea for you, John.
I'm in. Cupcakes and coffee. I'm in.
Nice combination.
I know. Sounds delicious.
Not too bad there. Also, the weather not too bad today. I think we'll have a lot of sunshine around. Some high-level clouds, yeah, but we should be okay today. Rain-free. Tomorrow, maybe some of that much-needed rain might fall. We'll talk about that.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. Actor Chris Evans, known for his role as Captain America.
Well, now the talented superhero is turning his sights to play a real hero. We'll tell you what project his name is now attached to.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from granny nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
When you've been in banking for a long time, it's easy to forget what it was like in the beginning. It took a lot of work and dedication for 7 teachers to start our credit union and create a foundation that we continue to build on today. At Achieva, we never lose sight of the values that have defined us for over 75 years. We know you need mobile banking and lightning-fast solutions, but sometimes you might just need a helping hand. Any bank can make a transaction, but it takes a little more to make a difference. And that's good to know. Achieva, banking for good.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, we're looking across the region at temperatures this morning that are about where they were yesterday. We have slightly more humidity around, but the air temperature is about the same, coming in at 69. The dew point value at 64 is about 2 or 3 degrees above where we were yesterday, which, if you're a keen observer, it's noticeable. But by later this afternoon, even if you're not a keen observer, it'll be noticeable, as our dew points will be pretty close to the 70-degree mark, which most people would say, you know, that starts to feel a little tropical. We have winds that are kind of calm right now, but they'll be turning southwest, and that'll help bump up that humidity just a little bit later on today. 68 degrees, Wauchula. Arcadia coming in at 67. So is Myakka Parish. Bradenton at 66. Lakewood Ranch at 67. We have 68 degrees in Northport and 70 degrees in Inglewood. 71 degrees in Inglewood, 70 in Venice, and 73 at Longbow Key. So across the region right now, no rain falling. Don't expect to see any rain today. It should be a dry day. But back to the north is our hope for some weekend rain. Quiet in most of the deep south right now, but over the weekend there is the potential for North Florida to see a few stronger storms. Also, the Atlanta airport later today will see some of the arrival of these showers and thunderstorms with a small chance of some severe weather in and around the Atlanta airport. But it's this line that extends down into western Gulf waters that we'll be watching very carefully. Now, some of those showers could work their way closer to us by Saturday, and hopefully they do, because back behind it, there's just not a lot of weather. And that will be what's in store for us as we head into next week. Now, winds today are going to be, generally speaking, light initially, but they'll be switching to the southwest, and that'll draw in a little bit more moisture, keeping the coastline a little bit more cooled, while inland temperatures will probably be very close to the 90-degree mark again today or above. Many places saw temperatures well above the 90 yesterday. And with that onshore flow continuing through Saturday, it will help a little bit with the drought indexes. Fire danger index, which is a product I like to show, shows the chances of a fire starting. It incorporates the available fuel supply with the very dry vegetation around, and as far as rainfall, humidity, soil moisture, things like that, it's also taken into consideration. What is not necessarily taken into consideration are wind speeds in this product, so if a fire does start, it could rapidly spread. But the good news is that in most locations on the Suncoast, we've gone from extreme to very high, which is a better situation. And the reason is those winds will be bringing in a little bit more humidity later on this afternoon. Nevertheless, fire danger still high, so we obviously need to watch what we do with open flame. Of course, there is a burn ban in effect. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, moves to the Atlantic, sinks south, draws our winds up out of the southwest, as I just showed. We have a small window of opportunity to increase the moisture across the region as this front approaches. The front itself will see most of the energy lift north, and so just the tail end of this front will be moving through our area. It'll stall out in North Florida, and it'll wash away. Consequently, the best chance for rainfall will be in North Florida, where the drought situation is less. We'll also see a chance of showers in our neck of the woods too, but that'll occur on Saturday, second half of the day, but it'll be a small chance at about 20%. And total rainfall amounts will be measured probably in the 1/10 of an inch at the most. Cooler near the coast today, breezy tomorrow. We'll watch the moisture that's increasing across the area in terms of high clouds and even some surface moisture fade away as that front moves through, and all of this dry air, indicated by the tan here, back to the west, begins to move in and brings us a prolonged period of sunshine and no rain chances. So Saturday's it. That's our chance of showers, followed by a nice Sunday for Mother's Day. Should be just fine, maybe even a little lower humidity. And then the heat starts coming back full force next week, as does the sunshine and higher humidities. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Sounds like a nice weekend as we head into traffic this morning in Manatee County. Looks like State Road 70 and 301, not seeing a whole lot of congestion, but obviously a few cars on the roadways there as we head into Sarasota County. Bee Ridge Road in both directions seeing some congestion. Also Clark Road as you head towards I-75 and 41 as you head south. As we head into South County, you can see some congestion throughout South Venice and in Nokomis on Business 41, but I-75 looking clear across the Suncoast on your Friday morning. And this hour's Health Smart, more cheese, please.
You said it. You said you would. A review of almost 30 studies found no evidence that full-fat dairy products like cheese can cause heart attack or stroke. Now, fermented cheese might even lower the risk of cardio issues. It's important to note that 3 pro-dairy groups helped fund the review, but researchers say they had no input in the results.
And even if your baby may not understand all the words, research says it's still important to read to them. New studies show when babies as young as 6 months old are read to, especially when it's interactive reading involving pointing and sound effects, their language and literacy skills are higher when they enter elementary school.
My father read to me every night Hardy Boy books.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I've also heard music when you play music for them that's soothing or therapeutic, or my mom used to play for my sister rock music.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so maybe that's why she's a little crazy.
Entertainment news now. Actress Chrissy Metz has a thick skin, at least on social media.
Her post coming after backlash over a dress that she wore to this year's MTV Movie and TV Awards. Metz wore a deep red custom dress by Jane Doe Latex, she said was inspired by her desire to try something different. Metz fielded negative comments from internet users, but was quick to defend her dress choice, tweeting on Sunday night, "For the record, I wear what I want, when I want, newsflash, it's my body."
Chris Evans is used to saving the day as Captain America, but now he'll take on a much different life-saving role. He's set to star in a film called The Red Sea Diving Report. It's about an Israeli agent who led the 1980s mission to rescue thousands of Ethiopian Jews stuck in refugee camps in Sudan and get them to Israel. That's all. The cast also includes Greg Kinnear and Sir Ben Kingsley. Shooting begins in June.
Well, Ivanka Trump can now add best-selling author to her resume. Her new book, Woman with Work, will debut 4th on the New York Times bestseller list of advice and how-to books. President Trump's daughter penned the book before he was sworn into office. Women Who Work offers advice to mothers and women navigating the workplace, but has gotten a few mixed reviews since its release earlier this month. Ivanka says that she will donate any royalties from the book and part of the advance that her publisher had not yet paid her to charity.
Still ahead, why are these babies being rolled in rose petals?
We'll have that story plus a good Mother's Day story for you coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Welcome back, 6:53 on this Friday. Here's a look at the top local stories we're following for you on the Suncoast.
Friends said goodbye last night to the father and daughter who drove in the Venice jetty and died earlier this week. The Haydens lived at Village on the Isles in Venice. No word yet as to what happened that day.
And the Suncoast's biggest one-night fundraiser of the year set to kick off another year of fun. The 12th annual Dick Vitale Gala scheduled for tonight at the Ritz-Carlton, Sarasota. The event is already sold out with nearly 900 people expected to attend.
And Mother's Day is this weekend. The Clever Cup Coffee Shop in Sarasota will host a Create Your Own Cupcake Bouquet class. Mothers and daughters can enjoy some bonding and have some cupcakes and coffee at the same time.
All right, taking a look at traffic this morning. State Road 70 as you head towards I-75 in Manatee County, seeing an increase in traffic. Other than that, really spotty throughout Manatee County. A big slowdown on Bee Ridge Road in both directions as you head towards 41 and I-75. 41 heading south, seeing some congestion as well. And as we head into South County, some congestion on the roadways throughout Business 41 in Venice. But other than that, no accidents on the Suncoast.
A little bit of cloud cover across the region this morning, but the cloud cover will not yield any rain showers today. We'll have a daytime high that tops out in the upper 80s, I think, mid 80s, upper 80s along the coastline, upper 80s to even over 90 inland. Tomorrow, a slight chance at a shower, perhaps in the second half of the day, most particularly. Then everything kind of clears out just in time for Mother's Day.
This might be new to you. Some mothers in Iran roll their infants in pink roses. They believe it keeps their babies fresh and healthy. Women bathe the babies before putting them on a white bed of sheet full of pink rose petals. The ritual is over 400 years old.
That sounds pleasant. Well, here's a gesture that may go down in the Mother's Day Hall of Fame. East Carolina University's football coach surprised this mom with a walk-on scholarship for her son. Defensive end Keontae Anderson, as you can see, she is clearly surprised there. At first, Coach Scotty Montgomery, better known as Coach Mo, said he wanted to tell the mom how great of a son that she had, but then he surprised her, pulling out an envelope with the good news that her son would be on full scholarship to East Carolina University.
Isn't that nice? What a bunch of money that he saved her.
I know, it's wonderful. Great story there, and he has only been a coach there for about a year now. Yeah. Obviously, where I used to work in that area, so I know him. I've done some stories with him.
Do?
Very nice guy, great coach for that area. Brought up their team over the past year to get some better titles than what they were doing.
Right.
So, yeah.
How nice.
Yeah.
A full ride.
Exactly, and on Mother's Day. How awesome is that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, yeah.
It's a big load off her shoulders, I'm sure, and the
Oh.
family's shoulders as well.
For sure.
All right, today at noon is an epilepsy foundation called Josh Provides, and it's going to be at the Francis, a nice fundraiser. I'll be there, and we'll have details of that Monday morning.
All right, sounds good.
Enjoy your Friday, folks.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.